Hello, budget friends. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Melissa and I'm here to budget our second paycheck of November. This is the second and last paycheck in this month, and we have one more month to go to close out 2024. So let's jump in and take a look at the numbers. All right, you guys, I appreciate you so much for being here. November is, it is off track. We have gone off the rails. Everything is all out of whack. And I am trying to salvage what we have left of this month. And I'm trying to salvage what is left of 2024. So we are getting paid twice in December, and we will worry about December when we get there. But as of right now, we have one pay period left to budget. The amount you're seeing here in ready to assign $3,226.29. That is hubby's income and my income combined. And we may not be able to do everything that we need to do for the rest of the month, but we're trying to make it work. And we're going to see what we could do with this money. So there is 9 overspend categories here because a lot has been happening in the month of November. So backstory, if you did not know, or if this is your first time here, we did go away early November to Canada. It was an impromptu trip that at the last minute we decided to go as a family, and it kind of threw all our numbers off track. And to be honest, I was thinking about just throwing my hands up and say, you know what, it is what it is. We have overspent in a lot of areas, and of course some things are going to remain on our credit cards until we can pay them. It's not a lot, but it is. We didn't budget for this trip, and we ended up taking monies that could have gone into the monthly bills in the month of November and had this trip. Now, like I mentioned in the last video, I guess in the monthly check-in that I did, the mid-month check-in that I did for November, I did say we had a good time. And yes, it was a good time to hang out with family and just to reminisce about the days gone by. But it did throw everything off course, and I'm trying my hardest. Let me tell you, I have been stressed out for the last couple of weeks, and I'm trying my hardest to see if we can just keep it together to round out the month, but not only that, to see if we can round out the year on a good note, because I have big goals and we have to keep it together, you guys. So send me some positive vibes. I know that a lot of people have commented on my last video when I did the mid-month check-in, and did tell you guys that I was off course, and I did get a lot of positive vibes, but I need some more. I don't need the judgment, so hold on to that if you have that. Right now, I just need some positive vibes and some encouragement, just so I'm not really stressing. Hubby is doing it at home because he's stating that, don't worry about it. It's already in the past. We just have to pick things up where we are right now and get through. So what I'm going to do, I'm not even going to look at these overspend categories just yet. I'm just going to tell you guys what they are, but they are a lot of things that we need to take care of with this pay period that we can't set aside. And those are our personal loans that I need to cover, or auto loan that we need to cover, and just some things that needs to be paid for. So I'm just going to talk you guys through what is overspent. So the renter's insurance is still here, overspent from the last video of $43.75. I did have some stuff that I ordered at the earlier part of the month, some clothes. So I have $27.32 to cover in the personal category, but attire line item. And then I have $11.32 on spend how I want that I did go over budget. I'm starting to get myself ready for 2025. I am not buying a planner. I remember last year I spent almost $90 on a planner. I'm not doing it this year. I'm going to print my own sheets. So I'm trying to see, because I do also do paper budgets for myself. So even though I'm in here doing the digital budgeting for you guys to see, I am a big paper and pen girl. That is how the whole budget starts every month. So in the everyday spending section, we are overspent in groceries for $53.47. So far for the month of November, we are at $442.84 in groceries. So this is not bad, because today is the 22nd. We're not doing anything crazy for Thanksgiving. I think we're just going to stay home, and have a small regular sized dinner for hubby, myself, and our two littles. So I did tell my family that we are not doing a big Thanksgiving. We're not cooking. But if somebody is and they want to invite us over for dinner, we are all about it. But we're not doing anything big at home. Not last year, but I think the year before we did do a big Thanksgiving at our house and we catered for, I think it was 12 people. We're not doing that this year. And the next up in the everyday spending section is heating oil. So I have not been getting a lot of heating oil so far. The winter really hasn't started. We have had very mild weather so far here in New York, but I did have to get heating oil. We paid $361.72. This was not in the budget. So this has been floated on a credit card that needs to be repaid. Hubby and I discussed this last night of how we're going to move through. We still have 8 days remaining in the month, and he's trying to see if he can, get some extra money to cover some of the expenses that are still left on the credit cards. Next, there is household. I will say that we are over budget so far from the month, but there were things that we needed to get, but we're overspent by $10.66. Unexpected spending, $39. This $39 is an Uber ride that hubby had to take. So what's happening right now? We have two vehicles. So our Expedition, which is our primary vehicle, we were having problems with the transmission. We took it into the dealer. Hubby actually took it into the dealer because we have been calling them and they have been giving us the runaround. So hubby just went in one day and was like, listen, you guys, you need to pay attention because something is wrong with the vehicle and we have warranty on it. So they were like, okay, leave the vehicle. But the sad part of it is we don't have a loaner for you guys to use. So hubby took the train home, and from the train station to the house, he took an Uber, and that was $39. All right, so we do have to cover that. Next, my son's braces went against my credit card. I had assigned the money previously, but had to move it because we needed to put it in other places. So there's $164 on one of my credit cards that we need to cover. And then we still have that bit in the vacation category that still has to be covered, $357.42. All right, so right now, the first thing I'm going to do is head over into the debt section because I need to pay all of the loans that has to be covered that I can't tell them to wait until the next time we get paid. So I'm going to put in $629.14 in upgrade. And I'm going to put $1,059.22 in Lending Club. Those are the two personal loans that needs to be covered. These are the minimum payments. I can't do any better. I have to take the money right out of the money that we have and cover those two. So next up, I do have a payment that needs to go out to my Capital One number 2 card. So what I'm going to do, I had it set at $87 for the minimum payment. To be quite honest, I probably could pay less than this because I did put some money towards this card already for the interest, and it kind of satisfied a part of the minimum payment. And I think I may just put the balance of what's left for the minimum because money is a little tight. So instead of putting extra on the card, I'm just going to go ahead and cover what's left. Let's just go ahead and put $30 for the remainder of the Capital One number 2 card. Also, Chase needs to be paid. I have already satisfied the minimum payment. We do have some money left over on the Chase card, and it is a little bit higher than what it was to start the month. If you do remember, if this is not your first time here, this is the card that I used when we went on vacation to Canada, and we still have some monies to cover on that. So there is a $40 minimum payment that was in the budget for Chase. I'm going to put that here. And I had a minimum payment of $25 for my Apple card, and I'm going to go ahead and put that here. So I have already satisfied the minimum payment for both those cards, the Chase and the Apple card, but I actually want to put some more money there. I'm not sure. What would you guys do? Would you go ahead and cover the minimum payment, even though the minimum payment has already been met with what was spent on the card and what was paid already? I was trying to get myself out of that. I have done that before, but I'm trying to get myself out of that. So that's why I am assigning the money here. Let me know in the comments what you guys will do, given the situation that we're in with the tightness of the budget. All right, so next up is the auto loan. that I need to pay, which is $939.23. This is due on the 25th. So we can't do anything but to cover this. All right. So that is it for all of the debt payments. Everything else is fine. We don't have anything to put to any of the other credit cards, which is Marcus, Discover, Mattress Firm, Famous Footwear, and Carter's. Those cards are all taken care of already. What doesn't have a zero balance, the minimum payment has already been met. So the bottom four, which is Chase, well, not really Capital One number one. We don't need to worry about that because the only thing that's on this card for me to worry about is my son's braces. And you guys, I did find something out. So I was thinking that I had 3 payments left, but I had asked them to print me out a statements of the bills that were going to be charged because they did put me on a payment plan. Well, don't I look at it and realize that the last payment or payment number 15 is only $2, you guys. $2. So I was expecting to go to February to make my last payment, but that last payment, you guys, it's $2 because the way they had set out the payments, I don't know how it worked out, but $2. So technically, I only have 2 more payments left, which is the payment in December and the payment in January. So that is a huge plus, and I'm very happy to have found that out because I was budgeting. I had started putting together my 2025 budget, and I did have that on there as a monthly payment for the braces in February. So I don't have to worry about that because what I'm going to tell them is that for January's payment, they can go ahead and charge 166, which is going to be the 164 plus the $2 and just be squared. All right. So let's move over back into the all category here and let's see what we're going to do with what's left here, which is $503.70. So one thing I do know that we need to do is to pay our car insurance because I did put this off to be paid today on the 22nd. So it is $257.40. And this is going against my Apple Card. So I need to check to see if it's already charged against the card and that needs to be paid back. So now this leaves us with $246.30. Let's see what we could cover with this. I need to get my son's haircut this weekend. $30 here in haircuts, and I'm going to put $5 in giving because I usually give the barber $5 tip for the $30 haircut. So that's going to put us down to $211. We still have a few things to do this month. But like I said, I'm waiting on hubby to see if he could get up a little bit more money to help us through the rest of this month. So I'm going to see what I can use this to cover. I don't want to end the month of November with this $164 on my Capital One number one card. I want to zero this back out. So I'm going to put 164 there to cover that. I'm going to cover the spend how I want for 1132. I can cover the household. So let's do 1066 to cover the overspent in household. And 2532, I'm going to put it in the grocery category. And as you can see, we don't have any more cash to put towards groceries or household or anything else. And we're still overspent by, 6 categories here. And we're going to have to figure it out, you guys. So this is what it is. We don't have any more money and I can't I can't even worry about it. So I did have a conversation with hubby last night about what we're looking at for the rest of this month and the rest of this year. And we're just gonna work with this. So I did tell him I need about $1,000 more just to get us through the rest of the month of November. And he said to give him until the end of the month. So our paycheck has been assigned down to 0. We have covered 3 of our overspend category that was here, and we can't cover anything else. So this is it, you guys. This is it. I'm not gonna beat myself up. The reality of life is what it is. We are just gonna have to float some things on a credit card until the end of the month, or if we have to roll into the month of December, we're going to have to do it. We just can't do any better. So like I've mentioned to you guys, hold on to the judgment. I'm judgmenting myself over here. If that's even a phrase of how to put it, I'm already beating myself up. So you can hold it. Encouragement is what I am asking for. I'm asking for a little encouragement, a little bit of prayer. Yes, I know I'm the one who put us into this, or we are the ones who put us into this situation. We have some money in savings, but I don't want to pull that out. So if I have to float some things on a credit card until we get paid next month and then figure it out, or until we get hubby get up some more money at the end of the month, it's gonna be what it is. So please encourage me down in the comments. I would appreciate that. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe. It's getting tough. We were doing so good, and then, we fell off the wagon. So it does happen because it is life, and I'm human, and we just have to work with what we have. So I appreciate you guys for taking the time out to watch this video. Please subscribe. Turn on your bell notification if you do. Give me a thumbs up for this video. If you're going to give me a thumbs down, hold on to it. And just chit chat with me in the comments. And I appreciate you guys for watching. So until next time, bye now.